another Saturday, which means it's time for only one thing. Buckle up your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen, and hold on tight. The Matt Malone Patreon League is about to begin! It started out as something small, a group of racers crashing into walls. Each week they would have some fun. Get ready for the bump and run. But now it's something more. Hold on to your butts. This is what you asked for. Get ready to go nuts. It's the Matt Malone Patreon League. Get on track and join the big leagues. Prove yourself against the best. There's no time to stop, no time to rest. It's the Matt Malone Patreon League. We're out of the racing bush leagues. Can you beat Malone himself? Get ready to brace yourself. In May it all began for the first time. Had some incidents that could be classified as war crime. But it's never over until it's over. Still waiting for a rollover. What a way to pass the time. But make sure to hide your crimes. Are you ready for the next one? The league has just begun. It's the Matt Malone Patreon League. Get on track and join the big leagues. Prove yourself against the best. There's no time to stop, no time to rest. It's the Matt Malone Patreon League. We're out of the racing bush leagues. Can you beat Malone himself? Get ready to brace yourself. A full-time streamer and a league organizer, a hot dogger and a merchandiser, an asset tech hero and a race lab god. Nothing he can do can make you bored. Matt Malone has the best mustache we ever did see. From his concrete days, he finally broke free. It's the Matt Malone Patreon League. Get on track and join the big leagues. Prove yourself against the best. There's no time to stop, no time to rest. It's the Matt Malone Patreon League. We're out of the racing bush leagues. Can you beat Malone himself? Get ready to brace yourself. Are you ready? It's about to begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hot dogging, it's Matt Malone. And we are green and we are away!
at Summit Point, heading down towards turn number 1. Big Al tucked behind Matty Quill as they head up towards that first turn. Checkers on the inside of Bob's Jelly. Can Big Al get the position? No, Matty Quill holds it through turn number 1. The top 4 remain where they are. Here is Stingray Graham, but that's behind. It is going to be the Hernster going up the inside of Matt Malone. He needs to get his package delivered. Big Al has moved into the lead. Matty Quill loses behind Bob's Jelly as well. So he's had some sort of issue. It's turn number 5, but he's side by side with Bob's Jelly. He's going to try and return into P number 2. He can't do it. He drops down to P number 3. Matt Malone has got back past Hernster in the background right now. But Big Al has pulled a gap of almost a second out in the lead as Matt Malone and the Hernster hit the barriers in the background. They're off and they are out. But this is Matty Quill looking up the inside of Bob's Jelly to return to P number 2. And he can do it, but is Bob's Jelly going for an up and over? It looks like he's going to go for the cut underneath. Keep it out of the tyre barrier. He does, but he comes on. And there's contact, and out goes the championship leader. Slugger is down and recovered to pit lane. As this is Nick Bowen. On the right hand side, he is going to go for the outside of Apex Minion now for P number 4. Are they going to give each other enough room? Of course they are. They've got the whole circuit and more. They stay completely clean and Nick Bowen gets the position, but here comes Powski. He's side by side with Stingray Graham. He's on the outside. He's gone for the later brakes. It's not going to work out for him. He's going to get the gravel. Powski, and side by side he's got the inside of Stingray Graham now. He moves up the order and Powski moves in. Nick Bowen gets a bit of a push there from Apex Minion. In fact, Powski takes advantage of that, moves to his right hand side. Powski and Apex Minion now side by side. There's more contact. Apex Minion holds on. Is Powski going to go into the wall? No, he's not. Yes, he is. He hits the wall. He's down a couple of positions. Stingray Graham and Mecharm get through. But right now, there's nothing to be too interested in. There's a big slide from Mecharm. What was that? And a big hot hit. It almost looked like he slammed on his handbrake. And actually, this fight, all of them into pit lane. I'm not sure, but that was a really quick stop by Matty Quill. Big Al comes out. Massively behind. There's Bob's Jelly. Nick Bowen has gained a huge amount there. For the second time this season, he got pole position. And for the second time this season, Matty Quill is going to win a Matt Malone Patron League event. He crosses the line, victor in P1. Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome to the virtual Watkins Glen International for a fantastic event celebrating the joys of America the day after the wonderful July 4th. The Corvette and Mustang GT3s around classic Watkins Glen. Can it get any better than this? With 8 rounds completed and just 3 more remaining, the championship fight is looking mighty close between Matty Quill and Slugger. But don't count out Matt Malone, Aulatufu, or if the man can get himself to the races, even Richard Dempsey. I know we've just got started here today, but be ready for July 19th. Because in 2 weeks' time, we have a double feature here on the Beehive Build Twitch channel. The opening round of the Renault Clio Cup Season 2 will be broadcast live for the first time, followed swiftly by the Matt Malone Patron League event at Portland. Dempsey and Matty Quill have both taken 2 pole positions each this season, being the only 2 drivers to have placed it at the front of the grid more than once. Can they achieve this feat for a 3rd time as we return to somewhat normality once again this week? 20 minutes of open qualifying will allow drivers to place their lap times whilst others are on the virtual tarmac with them. And without the chicane or the boots here at Watkins Glen, could we see drivers working together to get some slipstream and promote themselves further up the grid order for today's race? Matty Quill also ties the most wins with 2 to him, following the Summit Point VW Beetle race last week. He joins Matt Malone and Richard Dempsey and the top of that stat. But before we focus on qualifying and the race, let's have a look at the final few races we have left of the first season of the Matt Malone Patron League. We take the week off next week, but get ready for July 19th. The F1 Formula 4s at Portland. My favourite car track combo, managing to gain almost 800 iRacing in the week this combo was on the official iRacing calendar when Portland first released. And then, finally, it's almost here. I can't believe it. I know you can't either. We are going to be heading to Daytona in the GT3s for the season finale, round 11, on July 26th. 3 months of racing. And it's almost over. If you have missed any of the races so far, be sure to go and check out the Beehive Bill YouTube channels where you can watch all of the race replays. And if you don't have enough time to watch them all, the extended highlight videos are also available to watch. The Matt Malone Patron League continues here today at Watkins Glen International. If you want to get behind the virtual wheel and go head-to-head against Matt Malone and all our other league personalities, then head across to Matt Malone's Patron and subscribe today. This series is open to all of Malone's patrons, so we will see a wide spread of skill level out on track each week. From those who have been racing on the service for more than a decade and those who have just jumped onto iRacing this year, our drivers are all sharing the same piece of virtual tarmac to attain those Matt Malone prizes at the end of the season. With just 3 weeks left and 2 drop weeks already being applied, let's have a look at how the standings show heading into round number 9. Matty Quill takes advantage of a strong result for himself and a dismal performance from Slugger at Summit Point. He takes the lead of the championship and sits there 8 points to Slugger heading into today's race. Both drivers are dropping 5 points apiece from a 16th place result from both of them. Just in case either driver has a poor running the next 2 weeks, at least they have something in the bank. Matt Malone, however, does not, and he falls to 3rd in the championship after leading early on. He remains on 100 points after a bad result last week at Summit Point as well. Big Al finally moves up from his 5th place, with Dempsey once again absent last week. He sits just 1 point off of Malone and a solid 11 points ahead of Dempsey. 4 points are also in the bank for Aulatufu in case he has another poor run as well. Dempsey will be racing tonight. I would say it's almost impossible for him to win this championship, but Dempsey could still get one of the prizes from this league allocated to the top 3 in the championship, with Malone discounted. So right now, Matty Quill, Slugger and Aulatufu will be the drivers receiving those prizes. Stingray Graham moves up to 6th with a 7th place finish last week. Can he find his way into the top 5 before the season is over, both in race results and the season standings? Nick Bowen and Bob's Jelly move up 2 places each into 7th and 8th respectively. Mecharm drops to 9th, and Checkers, after an appalling race last week and his first retirement of the season, falls back from 6th place that he's climbed to just holding on to the top 10 in the standings. Built and opened in 1948, the Watkins Glen circuit has hosted a variety of large events, including Formula 1. However, it is well known for the NASCAR races that visit each year. The 2.42 mile layout that we will be racing in today is a fantastic venue to celebrate Independence Day and a great car choice alongside, with the Chevrolet Corvette and Mustang GT3 machines. I hope you are buckled in and you are ready, because this is going to be a great race. The GT4s at Okayama were the start. The GT3s today are the sequel, And the Daytona race in 3 weeks' time will be the finale. Get ready for round 9 of the Matt Malone Patreon League. I can't believe that we are already here. 3 more race weeks to go. It is going to be phenomenal. And what a couple of machines that are going to be heading around such a wonderful circuit as well. This is going to be an amazing combination to drive for all of our drivers that will be heading out there today. I have checked. Richard Dempsey will be joining us today, which is absolutely fantastic because he is fighting to get those final championship rewards that you get for 3rd place with Matt Malone discounted. So let's see what he can do here, if he can find himself up the order. Of course, it's Matt Malone and it's Richard Dempsey and Matty Gwill that are tied with 2 pole positions apiece. So could they find themselves with that 3rd pole position here and really prove that they are going to be on top? If you missed it, we are going to be going live for a double feature in 2 weeks' time on Saturday, July 19th, with both the Renault Clio League Season number 2 and the Matt Malone League Round number 10. We are just getting ourselves sorted and loaded into the session so that we can get started and watch these amazing machines head around the classic layout of Watkins Glen, which is going to make it very interesting indeed because we're going to have a lot of pushing in qualifying. Slipstream is definitely going to be played to an effect here to try and get a faster qualifying time. Are we going to see some alliances being formed, or is it just going to be any driver finding any team supporter that they can at any point around this lap? 7 corners is all we have to separate our drivers from the back of the field to the front of the field. So let's see how it goes as we are just loading in, and already a nice strong field of drivers. Seeing names like Aula Tufu is great to see. Matty Gwill's back again, so is Slugger. So some good driving names, which is exactly what we want here. As we are getting ready for qualifying, just loading in, and as always I have to get my overlay system loaded up before I can share the screen with you, because I can't load it before we're in. It's always how it works. It's always fantastic, I know. But we are. Qualifying is underway. So if drivers are in the session, they will already be getting some times on the board. It's a very quick lap, which means actually in the next 20 minutes, I think we're going to see a whole host of laps being put in because drivers have got quite a lot of time to go around the 7 corners, getting some boosts from different cars, obviously getting a little bit of a speed boost. Could we see drivers benefiting from that and missing out from that? Are we going to see anyone supporting any of those championship leaders? Are they going to be trying to not get in their way, but get out of their way actually in avoiding giving slipstreams? So those top 5 drivers, are they all going to be playing a little bit of mind games in qualifying? Or are we just going to see how it goes with Matt Malone and just go like, right, I'm going out on the track, I'm qualifying, I don't care where anyone else is? It's probably likely, isn't it? Right, we are into the session, which is excellent news, and then I am going to get the overlay system up so that we can get this show on the road. A nice mix of Mustangs and Chevrolets, which is what we wanted to see as well. I personally bought the Mustang in order to broadcast this race, and I did a GT3 in the Mustang. I loved it. The sound, the feel of it, it was a phenomenal car to drive. That Corvette, though, I'm sure is just as fun, and I do look forward to jumping into that one day as well. Right, we're getting this all loaded up. We will get the live timing all sorted as well, so we can get through all of, well, the live timing. Surprisingly, that's how this works. As we will get sorted. The only problem I have with Matt Malone's league is he has no practice session in order for me to set this all up. I have to do it live on broadcast, but that's okay. We're all good at multitasking here. That's why I do what I do. And definitely don't do anything wrong ever. Right, let's get everything loaded then so we can get started. As drivers are out here in qualifying, I'm just getting my timing screen up so I can tell you who is running around. Stingray Graham looks like he is the driver at the top. Yeah, but that's because we do not have any completed laps by the looks of it. So no lap times on the board just yet. And we will get the live timing out there. Fantastic. Okay, and I'm almost set up, which is fantastic. It takes a little bit of time to set everything up, but we are good to go. Right, let's get everything on for you. And here we are around Watkins Glen. Look at this mix of Mustangs. The Corvette definitely does seem the more popular car looking here. There are quite a few Mustangs though going around the track, and let's get some times up on the board as well on the left hand side. Let's see if we can get our gaps up. There we go. Slugger is at the top of our timing sheets at the moment, about 5 minutes in to this qualifying. And that's Stingray Graham around. He's currently second position right now. We've got a number of drivers out on circuit, including this man here. It's Matt Malone coming around the final corner, hitting the wall. A great way to start his lap. As we all know, hitting the wall gives you that speed boost down towards turn number 1. He gets onto the brakes, goes through turn 1. We'll ride on board here with Matt Malone as he comes around turn number 2 into the S's. And through 3, I'm sure we'll see some sort of bottleneck, some sort of contact through there over the course of this race. But right now, in qualifying, it's all clear. Matty Grill goes faster ahead of Slugger. He's going for his 3rd pole position on the fly as our grid is really starting to fill up here. Matt Malone comes around turn number 5. The long right hander, no boot layout, of course, no chicane either. This classic layout is going to cause a lot of close racing with slipstreaming throughout the race. Richard Dempsey in the session, like I said, then 5th position. He's only raced in 4 of the 8 races so far, so unfortunately he has had to miss a few. Matt Malone not getting that final corner. Once again, he hit that corner last time around, and he's had to avoid running a fast lap because of a slow final corner. 2 seconds off the pace right now. Matty Grill looking to improve. There he is. He appears from behind the wall. Into the final turn goes Matty Grill, the number 16 machine. Can he improve? He is also the Mustang. The top 4 in this session right now are all in the Ford Mustang. So is that the faster car here at Watkins Glen Classic? I mean, I think with the muscle, the pure horsepower, it is faster in a straight line. So that would make a lot of sense. Matty Grill is less than a tenth ahead behind Slugger right now. Slugger has got 1 pole position in this series so far. That was at round 1. Back at Okayama in the GT4s. He did not win that race. That race was won by Matt Malone. Will we see Slugger able to get it on pole and possibly convert that into a win today? It's going to be interesting to see. Is Matt Malone going any faster right now? He is. Matt Malone moves into P number, I've lost him, 5. There he is. He's in 5th position. 4 tenths off, so he's found some time there. Is that some slipstream though helping him ahead? That's Slugger in the 13 machine on the right hand side. Slugger and Matt Malone together on the circuit. Competitors for the championship here. As we head on to the brakes, a little bit of a wobble on the bumps, and that is around goes one of the drivers ahead there. I think that was Gabriel Mazzotti, very possibly, who just spun into turn number 5. As we go through up towards turn number 6. Is the title wrong? I do appreciate that. I get these things wrong all of the time. I will get that sorted in a... I'll get it sorted right now, but you are going to see my behind the scenes as I do that, as I get it over there. Thank you for letting me know. I thought I updated it after the last one, but there you go. That's how things go. Sometimes I do forget having to do everything by myself. It's a lot of work. 10 minutes, though, left on the clock. And right now, it is Slugger out on top. Scrubbertron has worked his way through and up here. Let's get this updated. We are in the American Muscle GT3s here at Watkins Glen. And a classic circuit at that. What a great choice as well, because I think having the chicanes or even the boot, it would really slow the racing down. And within the 20 minutes, this is going to be a fantastic opportunity for drivers to get that slipstream, go for that battle. It's a really wide line there. Is that a valid lap is the question here. Everyone's doing it, so I'm assuming out of turn 5, you can run as wide as you want there, which is going to be interesting for the race session to see how many different lines we get out of turn number 5. This is Richard Dempsey. He's 5th in the championship. He's only attended half of the races due to work, and he is not able to attend them all, but he's back once again, looking to get himself back past Al Latufu for 4th place in the championship and 3rd in the rewards, because Matt Malone is discounted from those rewards. Turbo Snail gets himself into 2nd. Checkers in 3rd. Checkers had a dismal race last weekend as Dempsey goes around. That's not what he's going to want. Richard Dempsey's down in 21st position. But that being said, Big Al is only in 19th. If Al Latufu finished in 19th, it would actually reinstate his 17th position, because he does have 4 points on the board that have been dropped at the moment. Richard Dempsey continues around right now, but Turbo Snail, out of nowhere, how has he been getting on this season? He's in 15th right now in the championship. His best result was 6th place. He wasn't here last week, unfortunately. But yeah, 6th place at round 3 for Turbo Snail. He's 2nd right now, and Checkers, like I said, a really poor result last week for him because he ended up retiring, actually, which was a real shame. However, in the last 2 races before that, round 6 and round 7, he got a 5th and a 3rd. So he will be looking at putting himself back up the order. He's chosen to go in the Chevrolet Corvette, and he is the highest Corvette in the qualifying session at the moment. The next driver being Sean Sims in the Chevrolet Corvette. Between them, Matty Will, championship leader by 8 points, ahead of the man currently in 1st position in this session, Slugger. Slugger could equalise and go for a 2nd pole position, which will tie him on poles with Richard Dempsey and Matty Will. If he could convert that to a win, he'll be the first driver to reach 3 wins this season. He is running like an absolute beast out there at the moment. Doesn't look like he's getting a lot of slipstream to support his lap time. This is the thing, though. If you're getting the slipstream on the straights from drivers in front of you, they'll be slowing you down into the corners, especially for our leading drivers who are really fast anyway. So it looks like we've got 30 cars in this qualifying session. If we don't get any more, we'll be able to see them all on the left-hand side of our screen. But there is still time, so if you are a Matt Malone Patriot and you would like to join this race, jump in now. You still have some time to get into the session and out onto the racing surface. Slugger is right behind another machine there. That is the number 19 of Gabriel Mazzotti. So that's Mazzotti ahead, who is the slowest at the moment out on the track, which means for Slugger, not going to be the best person to follow to improve his lap time. Talking about improving lap time, Scrubbertron goes to 2nd, and Richard Dempsey has moved up the order into 3rd. So Dempsey finding time after his spin at turn 6. He has managed to get it back onto the surface and improved his time, which is good for him because Big Al down in 17th place. That's tying his drop result at the moment, so it wouldn't really affect, it wouldn't add anything or lose anything for him, but it wouldn't be a good result because it's only 4 points for finishing in 17th. And right now Richard Dempsey taking that third, which I think is in its 30s somewhere. I really should have had the points, how many points are on offer, printed out as well. I've got everything else printed out, track maps, season standings, the intro script, but I didn't print out the points, and I never have. I really feel like I should going into the last 2 weekends because the points are going to be more than anything within the next few weeks. Next week we do have the week off though, don't forget that. We have the week off, I believe, for the Spa 24 is around, goes Scrubbertron in his DeWalt number 10. A big hit with the wall. Casket Man has gone faster as well. He's now into 3rd position ahead of Richard Dempsey. This is Sean Sims. Sean Sims sits in 9th position at the moment. He sits in 16th in the championship. His best result was all the way back in round 3, which seems to be a common occurrence for quite a few drivers. And that was an 8th place result he got there. He is yet to break into the top 10 outside of there, even though he has got 5 top 20 finishes in the 7 races he has taken part in. He was not here last week for the VW Beetles around Summit Point. A lot of drivers with inside our field not here last week, so we did have a few changes definitely higher up the order due to the missed event last week. But here comes Sean Sims anyway in 9th position. Can he improve on his 808 machine? A best time of 105.5. It was half a second off last time, but this is looking like a nice lap indeed for the Chevrolet Corvette. Through the final corner he goes. That wall is going to catch a lot of people, and it's caught Sims. He's hit it, and that is surely going to have invalidated his lap time due to car contact. It's a 106.044 anyway. DDO Deadman's out in a very nice chromed livery, that looks like. In the number 15, he has got a black flag at the moment though, so any lap times that he will be putting in will not count. Will we see him come down pit lane to serve that black flag? Yes, we will. Coming into pit lane for DDO Deadman, and he will try to get back out and improve on that. Big Al is in 10th position right now, which is what he needs. Not what Matt Malone needs, though, down in 13th. But right now, the top 19 drivers are all within 1 second of each other. That is ridiculous. And of all of the representative lap times, I would say is 2 seconds. So that is not bad going at all. But right now it's this man here, Slugger, who tops the qualifying and could be going for his 2nd pole position. But like I said, the last time he got pole, it was Matt Malone who won that race. But Matt Malone did start in 2nd. And right now he's down in 10th, but he did just improve on his last lap with a 105.664. He needs to get that all the way down to a 104 if he wants to get past Slugger. Slugger is the only driver inside the 104s right now. No other driver has even reached a 105 flat. That is how fast Slugger is in these GT3s. He showed how fast he was in the GT4s as well. Obviously, he took the win a couple of weeks ago, and he managed to do that quite convincingly as well. But is he going to do it here? Can he do it from pole position? 1 minute left on the clock means that Matt Malone has just started his final lap. He goes P4 with that lap. Can he find any more time on this one as he comes through the S's, through turn 3, up to turn 4? If he could find a couple of tenths, he could line himself alongside Slugger once again, like he did all the way back at the beginning of May for round 1 at Okayama in the GT4s. Will he do it? Will he find time? He pushes it hard. He pushes it wide. Up towards turn number 6 now. 2 turns to go. He's going to be getting the dirty air of Jägelbomb up ahead. But he goes around. He's not going to be able to do it. Matt Malone spins at turn 6 and won't improve on that lap time. Richard Dempsey will be trying to instead. He's in 5th. A lot of drivers trying to get them way up. Right now, Checkers and Sean Sims are the only 2 drivers in the Chevrolet Corvettes inside the top 10. Checkers in 6th. The Ford Mustang certainly proving to be the faster car around this track. Can we see Richard Dempsey, please? And no, we can't. He decides to have enough of qualifying, as it looks like it might just be us for some reason not being able to watch anyone. Richard Dempsey was disqualified. Apparently Richard Dempsey has been disqualified from the session. So he would have been starting 5th. Is that going to be the case? Is this just a prank from Matt Malone, or are we going to see Richard Dempsey starting from the back of this field with that disqualification? I don't know why we can't see drivers. Here they are. As we watch Bob's Jelly come through turn 5, keeping it on the racing service. But Dempsey has been disqualified according to our live timing. Surely not. That's absolutely incredible. But qualifying is checkered. We are over. Let's get ourselves on the grid. Let's show ourselves the grid. It's Slugger from pole position. It does show Richard Dempsey in 5th. Oh, let's start that again. Here we go. It does show Richard Dempsey in 5th. We might be good. We might be good. Slugger from pole. Scrubbertron in 2nd. It's Casket Man in 3rd, followed by Matt Malone. Richard Dempsey DQ'd, but it does look like he got his disqualification cleared. He did get his disqualification cleared there by Matt Malone. Checkers in 6th. Mr. Anders in 7th. Turbo Snail in 8th, Matty Grill in 9th, and Nick Bowen in 10th. The championship leader, the lowest of the top 3 in the championship right now. Let's move to the next page then, and we've got Sean Sims ahead of Stingray Graham, the Hernster from 13th, Big Al from 14th, followed by Mekarm, Powski, Bob's Jelly, Buster became a gearhead, Jeff Snackle, and Tony Jabroni. Mintu the White Husky, Totally Racing, Jägelbomb, Olsen X, Right Click, Rory Bauman, Vincent Patterman, a new name for us there in 27th position, Ed Redfish, and DDO Deadman. And then it is Gabrielle Mazzotti starting from 30th. So 30 drivers around the field, and we are about to go green. And there we go, we are green here at Watkins Glen, and Casket Man has been black flagged on the line, jumping the start up towards turn number 1. Scrubbertron on the outside. Slugger has done it. That's Checkers up to P2 on the line. Richard Dempsey holds on to 5th ahead of Matt Malone right now. Mekar moves up to 14th past Stingray Graham. But a black flag for the man in P4. He is going to have to pit. There is Matt Malone. He's on the right hand side. He's got Mr. Anders on his left as he heads up towards turn number 5 here on the opening lap at Watkins Glen. Slugger leads the way. Matt Malone's got the tighter line, and in fact he's able to get it past Casket Man. Casket Man tucks in ahead of Mr. Anders. That's Matty Quill just behind. There was 3 wide, but he has settled it down now. Are we going to see Casket Man come down pit lane? There's a spin in the background. I think that's Totally Racing. There comes Casket Man, and Totally Racing was the driver who went around in the background. But it is Slugger leading the way. This is Checkers in P2. Richard Dempsey has got to third. Scrubbertron's in fourth. And Matt Malone is in P5. As we are continuing now on to lap number 2. It is the top 5 with a nice gap to the cars behind them. Matt Malone pulled to the right-hand side of Scrubbertron. Couldn't quite make a move from that far back, and he just wanted the slipstream there. Through turn number 5 he goes. He's going to have to just wait for now. Stingray Graham and Jeff Schnackle side by side. Look at the different lines that the different drivers are taking there. Sean Sims now looks to the inside of Turbo Snail for P number 11. He takes it. Sean Sims moves up the position. But is he going to be able to hold it into the final turn? He settles it down, but that was Stingray Graham and Turbo Snail. That is smoke ahead, and that is Mr. Anders around at the final corner. And he has towed. That is a real shame for Mr. Anders. Let's see if we can get a little bit further back than that for him as we come up towards the final turns. This is a replay of what happened to Mr. Anders at turn number 7 on lap number 2. He was up inside the top 10 and just lost the rear end all on his own. That is a real shame for him. Checkers looking to go for P2 because Richard Dempsey has got there. It's Slugger, Dempsey, Checkers, Scrubbertron, Matt Malone right now as your top 5, and Slugger is pulling that gap. He is pulling a safety margin quite strongly. This is Big Al Latufu. He is in 9th. He's going to want more smoke ahead. That was, I believe, Nick Bowen going off the racing surface just up ahead, or was it a car contact? It was car contact. Scrubbertron's gone around from a really strong position up front. That was a top 5 position that he's gone around from. So what has happened here as he comes up towards the braking zone? Has it been a loss all by himself? Scrubbertron from 4th position throws himself out of the contention for a race win. We're up towards turn number 5 now. Matt Malone following Checkers. It's almost a second between Slugger and Dempsey right now. All the other battles starting to settle themselves in. As we definitely go live as Matt Malone on the outside of Checkers for P number 3. He's around the outside. It'll become the inside into turn 7. They remain clean and Matt Malone has to stay behind Checkers. Some wall banging in the background, but Matt Malone, is he gonna go for the chance up towards turn number 1? He's gonna stay behind for the moment. Scrubbertron all the way at the back trying to get up the order. That's DDO Deadman ahead. This is Tony Jabroni. Just moved up to 14th position, or is he gonna be able to hold it because he's side by side with Buster Became a Gearhead? Buster Became a Gearhead, tucks it in and will hold on to 14th, but here comes Tony Jabroni. He's right on the rear end. This is the battle for 14th place right now as he looks to the inside. Can he make a move up towards turn 5? He's got the inside line. He should be able to hold it here, and he does. The Hernster moves past Big Al as Matt Malone pushes Checkers. Is he trying to work with him here? Because the gap to Richard Dempsey is now 2 seconds. And more importantly, the gap to Slugger is about 3 seconds from these two drivers. And Slugger could finally convert a pole position into a race win here, as this is Matty Gwell past Matt Malone. Up the inside of turn number 1, but Matt Malone's all over the rear once more. Could this be Matt Malone pushing now on Matty Gwell? As Matty Gwell has come, he needs to make a way through. Matty Gwell, the championship leader, 8 points clear of Slugger right now. He needs to do something, and he is finding the speed at this point in the race. We're coming up towards the halfway mark. These are short races. No! Matty Quill! Around he goes, the championship leader from P4. That is the most unlucky position because Checkers has lost third place as well. And Matt Malone goes through into third. What has happened in the last 30 seconds? Here's the spin ahead. Around goes Matty Grill, and what has happened to Checkers? He slows down. He slams on his brakes. Has he been given a slowdown possibly? But that goes to third for Matt Malone. And the Hernster right behind Big Al once more. Matty Grill is down to 15th place. Will that be a drop? No. This will count as a result for him, as 16th place is his worst, is one of his drops so far. So if he drops down to 17th like he just has, this race will not matter for him, and he will regain the 5 points he lost earlier on in the season. This is the Hernster though, running side by side with Big Al. Are they going to be able to do it? The Hernster on the inside into turn 6. The two Corvettes side by side into turn 7. The Hernster slows down just a little bit and allows Big Al through as Matt Malone has gone around. Matt Malone is around. And he's going to advance just enough to get out of the way. What has happened here for third position? Matt Malone. And he loses the rear end like we've seen before, but it's a big hit with the wall. Matty Gwell has got a black flag and is down pit lane serving his black flag. Slugger leading the way, 1.6 seconds clear of Richard Dempsey. Checkers in third, but not safe because he's got Nick Bowen quite close. And somehow, Al Latufu is up to 5th place. This is what he needs for the championship fight. He needs a strong result. And with Matty Quill dropped, he just needs something to happen to Slugger. Of course, his main rival right now for third in the battle for the prizes is against Richard Dempsey. Can he do it? As Big Al dives to the inside, he cuts back across, and the Hernster looks to the inside, can't quite do it. Big Al stays ahead, the Hernster remains behind. He's got Turbo now just behind him in the Mustang. This is the closest fight on track. It is for P5. Al Latufu, Big Al leading the Hernster. And this is Turbo Snail in the Mustang, restoring qualifying the faster car. Can he do anything here? Heading up towards turn number 5. Big Al goes for the defensive. The Hernster goes for the outside line. Can it turn into anything? They've got a lot of space to run off. And either Hernster has done it. Can he solidify the overtake for P5? Onto the brakes into 6th place. Yes, he can. The Hernster is up to 5th position. But Big Al is not going to allow that to stay the case for long, I'm sure. Turbo Snail within this fight. We've still got Sean Sims, Bob's Jelly, Joe Snackle all behind. This is extremely close fighting. This is about 8 cars in this fight as we go into turn number 1. As that goes, Turbo Snail once again for the move, but this time on Big Al. He's got the inside into 2. It becomes the outside in 3. Turns back to the inside on 4. Is Big Al going to have to drop behind? He is, but he swaps back over. Ready for the inside into turn number 5. Turbo Snail stuck on the outside right now with Big Al on the inside. Turbo Snail pushes it in the Mustang, taking the curb. He's going to hold the inside up towards turn number 6. It's going to be contact. They bump wheels as they go into turn 6, and there's more contact. Al Latufu is around. Al Latufu is into the wall. He comes back on, But look how far down. This is going to be his worst result. Aula Tufu, he's lost the rear end completely. Aula Tufu is out of this race, and that will reinstate his 17th place and his 4 points. But that's dismal, because Richard Dempsey, his championship rider, is in second position right now and will take all of those points. Meckham looking to take advantage of some drivers, errors, some drivers. The whole field's errors in front of him. He's into 9th position. He's in 9th in the championship. He's got 2 6th place results so far this season, and he can see all the way up to a top 5 result of the Hernster. Surely he'll be eyeing that season best result here at round number 9. We're about 8 minutes left, and it is still action-packed. Nick Bowen is 0.3 of a second behind Checkers here for third. That's the battle for the podium. It's also a battle in the championship, because Nick Bowen is 7th right now and Checkers is 10th. Turbo Snail earlier on was up the order. He's around and out of this race. Shall we see what's happened to Turbo Snail at turn number 1? It's just another loss of the rear end, but he has been collected there from a Corvette. But Turbo Snail out right now. Powski, it was Sean Sims who collected Turbo Snail, and that is a real shame. He's 16th in the standings, and he was going to move himself into his best result so far of the season. Up towards turn number 6 goes Sean Sims. He is definitely going to be ruining that issue as a spin behind. Who was that? That was Jagelbaum, I believe. No, he is all good. But a driver behind as Sean Sims goes off. Here's Buster became a gearhead. He's right on the rear end of Bob's Jelly, looking for a top 10 now. Buster became a gearhead has only raced in 2 events this season. He has 0 points to his name. He's currently 11th. Best result, 24th place, and that was all the way back at round number 4. Can he go for a top 10? He's gonna risk it. Here comes Buster became a gearhead on the outside of Bob's Jelly. Bob's Jelly holding a top 10 season result of 8th in the championship right now. He's going to be wanting to do the best that he can out of turn number 5. We've got 5 minutes left on the clock, and this is the fight to watch right now. But I am keeping an eye on the fight for third between Checkers and Nick Bowen, and the fight for 6th with Jess Knackle, Tony Jabroni and Meckham. But Buster became a gearhead is going. He's going to get his best result if he can finish it here. But he wants a top 10 to boot. Can he do that? As here comes Stingray Graham up the inside of Olsen X into turn number 1. What a lovely move. So smooth. Great on the late brakes there from Stingray Graham. And he moves past Olsen X down to 14th place. We have got 1 retirement, and that's Mr. Anders. Matt Malone moves up to 27th. He is a lap down and out of points. A lot of drivers are lap down right now. Only the top 21 are not. That means if there are any more issues ahead, DDO Deadman could get his 3rd points of the season. His currently best result is 19th. In the last 3 races, he's got 19th, 21st and 20th. He's going for 21st again. I'm sure he'll want just a little bit more. This is the fight right now for 6th position. Really could be 5th. The Hernster only 0.8 of a second up the road. This is Tony Jabroni. He's in 7th. And this is the 2 cars that are closest. He's got Meckham just behind him in 8th position, going through turn number 3 of the S's and on towards turn number 4. Getting the slipstream, and he moves to the inside. Meckham is going to go for 7th place up towards turn number 5. He's got it, but he's not got the overlap. Tony Gibboni pushes it to hold as wide as he can. So wide through the cones. He's definitely lost that position. And Meckham up to 7th as Buster became a gearhead. Moves into the top 10 past Bob's Jelly with no points on the board for him. He looks like his first point's going to be a top 10, or are they? He's into the wall. Tony Gibboni and Powski swapping positions ahead. Bob's Jelly going back for 9th up the inside of turn number 1. Buster became a gearhead, looking to swap back. Can he do it? No, he doesn't. He sits behind. He's going to get that slipstream. Up to turn number 5, he pushes Bob's Jelly here. Through turn 2 to turn 3, Gabriel Mazzotti has been black flagged as that's a car facing the wrong way. I believe that's Gabriel Mazzotti who has been black flagged. That was facing the wrong way there. As here comes Buster became a gearhead, and this is past. Who's that ahead? A Corvette ahead. That's Tony Gibboni. This has turned into a 3-car fight. Bob's Jelly on the wide line in the Mustang. It's Tony Gibboni in the Corvette ahead. It's Buster became a Corvette behind. And Buster became a gearhead. Also gets past Tony Gibboni, who has lost 2 positions there very, very quickly. I think there must be some issue, maybe some damage for Tony Gibboni, who's lost a lot of time in those last 2 corners there. As we head up towards the braking zone of turn number 1. Buster became a gearhead, now is officially inside the top 10 due to Tony Gibboni's issues. Stingray Graham is looking to try and get up the inside of Mintu the White Husky. He can't do it. Mintu the White Husky running that pure red skin on his car in remembering his own Mustang, I believe, as we've got he's getting pushed by Olsen X here. But look at that once again. Tony Gibboni just dropping behind, and no, it is Stingray Graham who was pushing Mintu the White Husky, but Tony Gibboni just backing off once more. Can the Hernster regain 5th position? Because Jeff Snacker has taken that for him. Stingray Graham moves past Tony Gibboni in 12th position. Championship leader of Matty Quill a lap down, so therefore Slugger is going to regain the championship lead here. He leads the way 1.3 seconds ahead. He couldn't convert his first pole position of the season all the way back at round 1 at Okayama. It looks like he will convert this result into a win. He's only got 1 more lap after it to do it. Will he be able to? Checkers and Nick Bowen are going at it for 3rd, because Checkers at some point has lost that position. There's been so much going on. I've missed when that happened. But Checkers is behind Nick Bowen now. And he has 1 more lap himself to get back onto the podium. These two are going to be going hard at it because they are both within points battles of each other. With just 20 seconds left on the clock, Slugger has already started the last lap of this race. Richard Dempsey has come back and he is going to get his best result since round 5. He'll tie his round 4 result of 2nd if he finishes the way it is now. But here is the man of the hour. It's Slugger, pole position for the 2nd time this season. He won for the first time 2 weeks ago. And he is going to place it back at the top of the race results here at Watkins Glen. And he is going to take his 2nd win of the season, converting his pole, and that's a spin in the background for Richard Dempsey. Dempsey is off on the last lap, but here is Slugger. He wins. Nick Bowen will take 2nd. Checkers will take 3rd, and Richard Dempsey, what happened to you, son? He comes home in 4th. Here is Dempsey into turn 6. Just loses that rear end, a slight snap on the entry and a big hit with the wall on the last lap of the race there. As drivers all come across the line, Tony Jabroni is black flagged on the last lap. A real shame for him. He was already dropping back with some issues. Al Latufu recovers to 22nd. Matty Gwill recovers to 23rd. And Matt Malone crosses the line in 25th position. But it is this man here, Slugger, who started the race on pole position, and he has turned it in to a race victory. The first time he has converted pole to a win. Not the first time this season, but surprisingly, it's not all that common. Slugger, your race winner at Watkins Glen. Let's have a look at our results then after this race at Watkins Glen. And after 19 laps of racing, it was Slugger who pulled the Ford Mustang into race victory, the number 13 machine. Nick Bowen taking advantage of the last lap issue for Dempsey and takes second, just ahead of Checkers. Dempsey fell to fourth with his last lap issue. Jeff Snackle took fifth position ahead of the Hernster. Pawski takes seventh. Meckham in eighth. Ninth position was for Bob's Jelly, and 10th for Buster became a gearhead. I can't believe that. What a great result for Buster became a gearhead. Like I said, only his third race of the season, yet to score any points, and he pulls it in with a top 10. Absolutely fantastic. Stingray Graham took 11th in the end, ahead of Mintu, the White Husky. Then a whole host of Chevrolet Corvettes followed in behind, with Olsen X, Right Click, Ed Redfish, Rory Bauman, Sean Sims, DDO Deadman getting his best result of the season, and Tony Jabroni in 19th. And rounding out your points was Casket Man, a lap down. More drivers a lap down were Totally Racing, finishing outside of the points alongside Big Al. Championship leader Matty Gwill down in 23rd. So those 5 points that he had in the bank from a 16th place result earlier in the season will be reinstated due to this now becoming a drop week for him. Scrubbertron finished in 24th. Matt Malone in 25th. And Turbo Snail in 26th position. 27th was Diego Bomb, and Gabriel Mazzotti took 29th. At the very back of the field, we had, for some reason, 28th position, Vincent Patterman. New name, I think he actually finished in 29th position in the end for Vincent Patterman. And at the very back of the field, retiring from this race, was Mr. Anders. What a fantastic race that was. Absolutely phenomenal. And now it is time to look at how that affects the championship standings, because those should have been updated for us now as we get across, and we will have a look at the championship results. Then let's have a check as we've got season number 1. Have they updated? They have not yet updated, so we are just going to have to wait for a moment for the championships to update. We do not have a race next week, do remember that. However, in 2 weeks' time, it is a very special Saturday coming to you here on the Beehive Build Twitch channels. Because not only do we have round number 10 of the Matt Malone Patron League in the Formula 4s at Portland, but we will also have round number 1 of season 2 of the Renault Clio Cups. And we will be heading out to the Laguna Seca racetrack for that. So do join us in 2 weekends' time on Saturday, July 19th for the double header, live from 5:30 p.m. GMT or 12:30 p.m. CST. Certainly not 12:30 a.m. Do not think that I'm going live from that time. And a mistake, obviously, on there. Let's see if we can get our updated championship standings before we head off. Here we go then. our updated championship standings, it is Slugger who takes the lead of the championship once more, 139 points and 12 points clear of Matty Gwill, who drops to second. Richard Dempsey climbs to third, ahead of Aulatufu, and Matt Malone drops to fifth place with 2 races in a row for no points for the man who is running this league. That means your top 4 in the championship, all eligible for those prizes. And right now, I think it's a fight for the lead between Slugger and Matty Gwill, and a fight for third between Dempsey and Aulatufu. It's Nick Bowen who takes 6th in the championship ahead of Stingray Graham. It is then Meckham in 8th position, followed by Bob's Jelly in 9th, and Checkers rounds out the top 10. What a fantastic race this has been. Like I said, there is no race next weekend. Please remember that. So we will not be live next weekend, but we will in 2 weeks' time. If you have enjoyed the stream, then please do hit that follow button to be notified when I go live. And if you really want to support me and allow me to continue doing amazing broadcasts like this, then please do consider subscribing to the Twitch as well. All of these race replays and the extended highlight videos are available on the Beehive Bill YouTube channel, so be sure to go and check that out and subscribe as well. As always, I hope you have a fantastic week, and in fact, I hope you have a fantastic fortnight. And I will see you in 2 weeks' time for the Cleos and the Matt Malone Patreon League. I'll see you then. Goodbye.
Racing hearts under floodlit skies, rubber burning where glory lies, speeding into a new surprise. Every week it's a new disguise. Matt Malone with the flag held high, hot dog spirit cannot deny. Different tracks, a wild supply. Zoom in dreams, we chase or fly. Patreon League, we swerve, we glide. Every race, a world we ride. Different wheels, but the same mad side. Full throttle, we'll never hide. Beehive Bill brings the screen alive. Broadcasting vibes we can't contrive. Twitching veins as engines strive.
In our world, folks, the Chevys were bigly off pace. Oh, this is supposed to be a Trump thing?
New track bends, a shifting goal. Unknown roads that grip the soul. Through the turns we'll pay our toll. Matt Malone leads a roll call roll. Patreon League, we swerve, we glide. Every race, a world we ride. Different wheels, but the same that side. Full throttle, we'll never hide. New track bends, a shifting goal. Unknown roads that grip the soul. Through the turns, we'll pay our toll.